Why should you hire me is one of the most important questions asked at interview. However, very few people answer the question effectively, and by this we mean selling themselves. You need to listen to us today because we have over 20 years experience in sales and recruitment. We have recruited for positions in the UK, Canada and Australia. The objective of this tutorial today is to provide you with a structure, and that structure is called FAB, which is used to answer the question, why should you hire me? So let's begin and show you the difference between a good and a bad answer. A bad answer would sound like, you should hire me because I have great communication skills, I'm excellent at proposal writing, good with customers, can negotiate, I have really good experience, and this is why I feel I'm best suited for the role. I wish I got paid every time I heard that answer. The reason it's a bad answer is because it's generic. Anybody can turn into an interview and say those things. Now, while all those skills are relevant and they're good, what the recruiter and what the interviewer is looking for is more detail. They're looking for more weight and more depth behind the answer that you give. And this question is a real opportunity for you to sell yourself. You should always read the job description and person specification before you attend the interview. Find the skills in that job description and speak to the recruitment consultant or the person organising the interview to understand what those skills really are, what's really important to the employer. Then you can begin to build the question and build the answer that you can produce at the interview. So what is FAB? FAB is an acronym that is used to answer this question, as we've stated earlier, and what it stands for is feature, advantage and benefit. And this is how you should structure your answer. So what does that mean? A feature is something that is fixed. It can't be changed. For example, if a car is blue, it's blue. It can't be changed, unless you're really into spray painting. A feature of an iPod, for example, is its weight or its length. Again, it can't be changed. And all too often, candidates at interview try and sell the feature, such as, I'm a great communicator, I'm a great negotiator, I'm a great proposal writer. And as we've said earlier, anybody can say this. An advantage allows you to do something. It's the advantage of that particular product or service or particular skill. Now, for example, the advantage of having a car is it allows you to get from A to B. It allows you to travel. The advantage of an iPod is it allows you to play music. The benefit is really, how does it impact the customer? How does it benefit the customer? Or in this case, is how is it going to benefit the interviewer? For example, the benefit of having a particular car might be the fuel economy. Our car is the most fuel economic on the market, which means you save £100 a month on your current petrol bill. So the benefit is the customer is saving money, and £100 to be exact. Examples of other benefits are reducing costs, increasing profit, increasing efficiency, improving safety. Benefits actually build value and solve problems, and this is what we're going to demonstrate next at the interview. So how does this work at interview? Now, a feature is something that's fixed. Now, a feature at interview is a skill, for example. It may be communication, it may be a language that you speak, it may be a qualification you have. All of those things can't be taken away from you. They're fixed. Now, if you have a qualification or a language, obviously there's an advantage of that. And then equally, there's a benefit also. To give you an example, we've had a person apply for a job recently, and it was a Spanish-speaking job, and the key skills that the candidate identified were obviously the ability to speak Spanish, the ability to sell, and the ability to communicate. Therefore, the answer sounded a little like this. Last year, while working for my existing employer, I used my ability to speak fluent Spanish. The opportunity came about through the acquisition of a Spanish bank. However, no one in our team could communicate effectively with senior decision makers, which is where I came in to take the lead. As a result, I closed a deal worth $3.2 million over 3 years. Without the ability to communicate effectively both in presentations and understanding Spanish business culture, it is unlikely we would have won. I know that during the last 7 years, new business sales in your company have increased by 24% in Spanish-speaking countries, which is why I believe that with my proven track record in sales and the ability to speak Spanish is the reason you should hire me. If you could give me a couple of minutes, I'd just like to talk you through my sales figures for the past 3 years, where I achieved 114% of target each year in the markets you're about to enter. So in summary, you can see the difference between a poor answer and a good answer. A poor answer is generic. I've got great communication skills, I'm a great negotiator, I'm a great administrator. Anybody can say this. Use FAB and use it properly and give more depth to your answer. And this is one of the reasons why you will be hired, is by stating a clear feature, a clear advantage of that feature, and a benefit to the employer. As you heard in the good answer, Spanish was the feature, communication was the feature, the ability to sell was the feature. The advantage of those was ability to communicate in Spanish-speaking countries. It was the advantage of being able to understand Spanish culture. The benefit to the employer was that they had somebody that had a proven track record, somebody that achieved 114% of the target, and that could close a deal worth 3.2 million. That's what an employer wants to hear. They want to hear the benefits, not the features. So good luck, practice the answer, and go and get the job that you deserve.